Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Thorpe Park's next coaster, what it could be, themes, type, area, all of that sort of stuff is going to be covered in this video. Now, a quick disclaimer, this is all speculation and none of it has been hard confirmed. Hard confirmed, that doesn't really make sense. None of it has hard evidence, that's what I'm trying to say. So, do take this with a grain of salt. So, I'm going to split it up into segments, like I said, so areas, types of coasters and themes. So starting off with type coasters. Now, first thing straight off the bat I could think of right off the top of my head was a GCI. I mean, we've seen one with Wickerman a couple of years ago. That did spark some interest on how it did bring back the crowds as well after the smaller incident. So they could be generally thinking about a GCI. I mean, it would be a good fit for the park, plainly because both Colossus and Saw were originally supposed to be wooden coasters. But then it got completely scrapped and got turned into a completely different project. So it would be quite nice to see a wooden coaster come to Thorpe Park. Obviously, people say a wooden coaster would fit more at Chessington, but I think a big thrill wooden coaster would really put Thorpe Park on the map in the next couple of years, because there isn't that many out here in the UK, like big thrill coasters that are wooden, obviously, and especially GCIs as well. So it would be a really nice addition to the park and would draw a lot of crowds in. So yeah, that bit's quite done. That's quick and snappy, so GCIs are over now. That's just a little bit, but now I want to get into something that I strongly believe could be coming to the park. Now, doesn't mean to say I fully support this idea, but I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm still yet to try these type of coasters, so who knows. That is a hyper coaster. Now, these are basically tall, fast, and have a lot of airtime. So it's a lot of airtime packed in that one thing. There aren't no inversions. Unless MERLIN are going to do a world first hyper coaster with inversions, well, I highly doubt that's actually going to happen. But these people are saying this will look lovely over the Thorpe Park skyline. It will be a great addition to the park. It could run across the side of Monk's Walk. I'll get into that a little bit later when I talk about the themes. But yeah, to me, I don't think Thorpe Park would be able to do a hyper coaster to its complete potential. Obviously, it's got to be really high, really fast for it to be even classed as a good hyper coaster. So Thorpe Park would have to go big and have a lot of room, which I don't really think they do. The areas they have got are quite small areas, like Loggers Leap, Island next to Swarm. Like I said, Monk's Walk, but they do take up a really small amount of space. I mean, who knows? Thorpe Park could pull it off. They could do a saw and build like a little man-made island, just to extend the layout a little bit. But I believe that could be that's probably up there higher than the GCI, plainly because obviously Wickerman was a couple of years ago. I don't think MERLIN would repeat same thing, just because it probably wouldn't draw as many crowds in now, but it doesn't mean to say it won't happen in the future. So moving on to the next one, this is what I would prefer to come to the park, but I don't think it'll happen. Now, this is a multi-launch coaster, preferably manufactured by Intamin. Those are the ones who pretty sure did Taron. So if they got Intamin to make a double launch coaster or a triple launch coaster or just quite a multi-launch coaster at Thorpe Park, I feel I would be the happiest person in the world, pretty much. And due to the fact that Loggers Leap's area and the island next to Swarm are perfect to put a coaster like that in there. They've got the right amount of space. It's not going to be too cramped. As you know, like multi-launch coasters generally don't really invert unless you know the people who design them want to. But the likes of Taron are fast and have no inversions, and it's still a brilliant ride from what I've heard. So I don't think it would need many inversions. Just think of Rita, but with multiple launches and maybe a bit more, you know, jazz to it, because Rita's a bit boring, not going to lie. Prefer stealth. I'm a Thorpe Park guy myself. But yeah, I think this would fit perfectly by the island next to Swarmio. Maybe extend a bit of Stealth's plaza a bit, and through the little woods there, build a bridge over, just like it did for the Swarm, and cross over onto that island where it will have its own area of the park. And I think that would work really well. It could also go next in Loggers Leap, Leap's area, plainly because obviously that's about the same size as Swarm Island, and it obviously can fit in a compact space. Obviously, it's due to the fact that multi-launch coasters generally swerve and use like twists and non-inverted loops and stuff like that. Sometimes a bit weird, but generally multi-launch coasters are supposed to be high rate coasters. So that's what I would really like to come to the park. Now, straight into the next section of this video, and that is areas. Obviously, I've covered some of them. This is going to be a little bit of a quicker segment in this video. So obviously, you got Swarm Island, the island next to Swarm, I mean, that would be a bit weird. Loggers Leap and also Monk's Walk. Like I said, I did explain them throughout them, so I don't really think, you know, since I explained them in the coasters bit, it might not need that much foreshadowing. But basically, Loggers Leap area is pretty big and could fit a coaster nicely. Obviously, Monk's Walk's quite long, so like I said, for the hyper coaster, that could really aid it. Then obviously, you've got Island next to Swarm. Like I said, just build a bridge over from Stealth Plaza straight onto that area. Bang. There you go. That's the areas out of the way. I didn't really want to linger and spend too much time on the areas because people tend to find that bit a little bit boring. So now we're into the interesting stuff. This is possible themes. Now straight off the bat, I'm saying if this is in Loggers Leap area, if and is a wooden coaster, is highly likely it'll be themed to cowboys. Maybe seeing something closer to Big Thunder Mountain, like Disney, maybe something like that, but a little bit more thrilly. So just think of something like that. Or there's another possible thing, they could possibly re-theme the whole of the Old Town area into maybe a secret government facility. Obviously, we've got Saw is technically part of Old Town, so that would probably, you know, make Saw feel more welcome and feel more of a part of Old Town if they did something like that, and then completely retheme that area, especially for possible scare mazes for Fright Nights and stuff like that. I feel like doing that could really open up the park to more possibilities, as well as, you know, them sort of, if they do something like that, lean straight over to the thrill factor rather than the family factor. Obviously, me personally, I believe Thorpe Park isn't really a kid-friendly place. I mean, you're not going to get your kids that when they're about 4 years old riding on something like Stealth. That's more for something for Chessington and Legoland, which I feel like they belong more with kids than Thorpe Park. So I feel like if Thorpe Park did this, it would complete them as a park, and then it would just round off the experience being a thrill experience. I feel like that is probably my strongest suggestion that I think could be coming this coming years, really. I mean, we could be seeing plans any minute just being released on the internet. They could have, and I do believe Thorpe Park have a little trick up their sleeve though. They always do something to make it, you know, world's first, so that's always something to look forward to. So there you go guys, that's the end of the video today. Sorry the themes section was a bit short, there's not really much to say about that as there's no hard concrete evidence yet. But, so yeah, see you later guys.